Hey everyone, I'm Nishagni and this is Nishagni Tarot, where you receive inspired insights to create an empowered life. So, for today's tarot reading of the day, I thought I'd do something a little different because from the past few days I've been having this idea for a spread in my mind, mainly because these were questions that I kind of kept posing to myself for quite some time, and I thought, maybe some of you would like to hear the answers. Maybe you'd like to pull the cards along with me, and or maybe try this spread at home yourself. Up to you. I will put down the questions in the description box below, underneath the video, so you can just take those questions and answer them yourselves. You can pull your cards yourself. So for now, I will pull my cards today, and I have used the Wild Unknown, I don't know if it's visible, yeah, Wild Unknown Tarot deck for the tarot cards, and the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck to give us the general oracle theme of the spread. So the spread is a 4 card spread, which basically we look at. The first question is, the oracle card question is, what is the current attitude that we have towards our health? That is the oracle card spread. Then for the next 3 cards are the tarot cards. The first question of the tarot card is, how can we honor our physical body? The second question is, how can we protect our mind and our mental health? And finally, the third question is, how can we strengthen our spirit or our soul? So let's get started. So for the first question, which is the oracle card, which is, what is our current attitude towards our healing? I pulled 2 cards, or rather 2 cards sort of flew towards me. So one is the dragonfly. Is it visible? Yeah, that was visible. Sorry. And the other is the spider. Yeah, perfect. So, what is our current attitude towards health and healing? So, the dragonfly was the very first card that came out of the deck. It literally flew out of the deck for me. And essentially, dragonfly symbolism talks of illusions. It talks of being attracted to superficial things. It talks of not having any particular depth or quality to whatever we're attracted to. And to me, this symbolizes that today we've sort of become very taken by just the superficial appearance of health and healing. The world has not still recovered from COVID 19 yet, and there are new variants such as the Delta variant that is coming out recently, and people are unfortunately losing their lives to COVID. They're losing their lives, they're losing their loved ones, they're losing their jobs, and so many horrific things are happening, and yet we see so many places in the world where there are no restrictions for public to convene together. And yes, although life cannot just stop in its tracks and it needs to move on, there still needs to be some sort of measures that governments need to put in order to ensure that a third wave or a fourth wave or a fifth wave of COVID doesn't happen. And incidentally, and for me, the dragonfly energy of being attracted to the illusion of everything being handy dandy, everything being absolutely perfect, that's what the dragonfly represents to me. And so we've sort of become lax in our attitude towards health and healing, and that's the problem. And incidentally, today I read a new research which was just released about 2 days ago, where male dragonflies of different species were found to. If you've seen male dragonfly wings, just like even in the card, you can notice that the male dragonfly wings has black markings, correct? So now those markings are basically, they are different for each dragonfly and each dragonfly species, and the purpose of these black markings is to attract a mate. And global warming has forced male dragonflies to change their wing color. So through evolution, these black markings are disappearing. And this is mainly because, as you know, the color black attracts a lot of heat, and when it absorbs heat, the dragonfly's body overheats. And because of this, the dragonflies start to die. And as an evolutionary measure of healing and of care, male dragonflies have started reducing the amount of black markings on their body or on their wings, and therefore their wings are sort of becoming more transparent or translucent. Now, you might think that, hey, that's okay, right? I mean, at least they're living. But here's the problem: these black markings, like the one you can see on the card, they are a tool for attracting female dragonflies to mate. Now, without these markings, the females will not get attracted to males whose black markings have reduced considerably. And because of this, male dragonflies will have a difficult time in propagating their species. So the illusion that we have, right, of the male dragonfly reducing its black coloration on its wing, and everything is perfectly fine, that illusion is actually wrong, because it has a much larger repercussion in the grand scheme of things. So to me, in two ways, this there's been some sort of a synchronicity today, when I decided to do the spread, and I read about this research just today morning, even before deciding to do the spread for you guys. This clearly tells me that the world is sort of lacking that focused understanding of the truth behind the matter, the reality behind the matter, and we are more focused on the illusion that everything is fine, and therefore we need to focus more on healing, which is where the spider energy comes in. Let me just put that, oh sorry, put that over here. So the spider energy essentially talks of creation. So as you know, spiders are extremely perseverant creatures. They, no matter how many times a person or an animal breaks its web, the spider will come back and rebuild it over and over and over again. And the whole energy of rebuilding, of coming together and creating something sustainable, that is the energy behind the spider, and that should be our attitude towards healing. So at the moment, it's something very lax and superficial, but we need to move from our inner dragonfly to our inner spider, because the spider's work and perseverance looks towards creating sustainable developments or sustainable practices, which can ensure that not just in terms of what our governments or our municipalities can do, even in our own lives, when we are taking our own health into consideration, what practices can we implement which will help us in having a sustainable health practice, in having a sustainable nutrition practice, in creating a way to maintain our health for years to come, as opposed to just something short term. So this is what the oracle cards told us to answer the question, what is our current attitude towards healing? Now we'll go into the first tarot card, which is, how can we honor our physical body? And for that, we have the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords, I mean, is to me, I know that a lot of people think of the Seven of Swords as a negative card, but for me, the Seven of Swords also represents a tendency of self-preservation. Now, as you can see, there's a fox, and the fox is considered to be a wily, sly creature, correct? But the fox is holding on to this one extra sword, and it's essentially about preserving yourself, protecting yourself, having a backup or an alternative to fall back upon in case things were to go wrong. So how can we honor our physical body? So what this card tells me is that we need to make healthy choices even when unhealthy choices are presented to us. So for example, if you're going out to a restaurant with your friends, even if everybody else is eating something unhealthy, if you prefer, choose vegetarian or vegan options, or choose options which are less loaded with chemicals. When you are purchasing your groceries, look at the nutritional labels and look for products which are healthier for your body. When you're working out, have alternatives which are not too draining on your muscular or skeletal resources, but instead which look to strengthen you and your core and help you without injuring you. So for me, the way I look at it, it's about self-preservation. It's about making those necessary decisions, no matter how hard they are, to ensure that you protect yourself and you protect your body and you honor your body. So preserve yourself, preserve your body, take care of your body. So that was the second question. How can we honor our physical body? Now let's look at the third question, which is how can we protect our mind and our mental health? So to me, this card represents two aspects. The first one is, of course, about leaning into our communities and our friends and our loved ones and seeking their support by talking to them about our issues, about our mental health concerns, what we're feeling, and what help we may need from them. So a lot of times what happens is people sort of tend to hold on to their feelings. They don't want to talk about um, about how they're doing. I mean, when was the last time when you genuinely spoke to someone and you told them that, hey, this is how I'm doing, this is how I'm feeling? I certainly don't remember, at least in the near past, where I have actively gone and spoken to someone and told them that, look, this is how I'm doing, this is how I'm feeling, I need help. A lot of us don't ask for help, and that is the problem. So for me, the first meaning that the Two of Cups gives, with reference to how can we protect our mind and our mental health, is basically leaning into our communities, our loved ones and our friends, and seeking their support in acknowledging those mental health issues that we have, or any mental stressors that we are experiencing, and seeking their help. So the second meaning that I derive from this card is about developing a more holistic, a more nurturing and respectful relationship with our mind. So I don't need to tell you this because a lot of people, including myself, are guilty of doing this. But the fact is, we all hate talk to ourselves. Correct? We hate talk to ourselves. We tell ourselves, we tell our mind that we don't deserve love, we don't deserve respect, we don't deserve happiness, we don't deserve these opportunities. So we tend to keep telling ourselves that we are unworthy of the blessings that the universe is giving to us. And as we keep telling this to ourselves, we continue to condition our minds about how we don't deserve good things, and therefore when good things happen to us, we are either unable to recognize it, or even if we do recognize the good opportunities, we are too scared to reach out and grab it and manifest it. So this card, Two of Cups, tells us that in order to protect your mind and to protect your mental health, you need to nurture a positive and a loving and a supportive relationship with your mind. Keep telling yourself that you matter, that you are loved, that you are someone who deserves goodness, who deserves happiness, who deserves health, who deserves all the good things in life. And when you continue to tell yourself this, when you continue to give yourself these affirmations, your mind starts believing it, and therefore your mind starts reciprocating it by creating and generating positive energy. So that was our second question, or rather second tarot question and third question overall, of how can we protect our mind and our mental health. Finally, we have the question of how can we strengthen our spirit. And for this, I received the reversed Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is a card that is essentially about, in its upright position, that is about how we are afraid of the things that might happen to us. And a lot of times these fears might be illusionary ones. They might not be really real, and they might be, I wouldn't say they're fake, but it's just that the likelihood of these fears actually taking place, or these bad things happening, is limited. But the reverse Nine of Swords talks of how when you release this fear, when you release this anticipation of something bad is going to happen to you, then you finally free your mind and allow that positive energy to flow in. So, to me, this card about how can we strengthen our spirit, the only way you can strengthen your spirit is if you climb out of this well of fear, this well of darkness. It seems like we've fallen into this pattern, and if you look at the theme of the whole series of the spread that we've done, right from that illusionary aspect towards our health that the dragonfly showed us, to how a lot of us are not you know prepared to take care of our body, or we're constantly disparaging our minds and our mental health. So we've sort of built, or jumped into this well of fear, which is holding us down, which is literally dragging us to the bottom. And the only way to strengthen our spirit, to move past this this sort of black aura, that's sort of this black veil of uncertainty, of self-doubt, of guilt at not taking advantage of life's opportunities. All these things have sort of burdened our spirit and bogged our spirit down, and because of that our spirit is not able to break free and truly meet our highest potential. And so this card tells me, the reversed Nine of Swords tells me that the only way we can strengthen our spirit is if we climb out of the well of fear and stop worrying so much about all the things that can go wrong, and all the things that can, or rather all the things that we are not doing right, and what we must be doing, and so on. So it's very funny that I received this card, because this card essentially tells us that the way to strengthen our spirit is by honoring our physical body and by protecting our mental health. So essentially, by being a spider, by creating sustainable habits of caring for our body and our mind, we do what is necessary to protect ourselves, to preserve ourselves, to essentially remove those contingencies, those problems, those challenges that might occur by not focusing on bodily health and mental health. So let me just break this down for you once again. So if you eat well, if you eat nutritious meals, if you exercise well, if you reduce your smoking and drinking, and I'm not saying that these are things that you may not be doing, and yes, you should do, but these are just some of the ways that you can preserve your health. And during COVID times, still wearing a mask, even if your government tells you it's okay, don't wear a mask, wear a mask. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, it's actually going to save your life. So by protecting your body in this way, and then by talking good to yourself, by affirming positively to yourself, and by telling your mind that hey, you matter, hey, I matter, right? Tell yourself that I matter, I deserve happiness, I deserve love, I deserve good things happening to me. So by protecting your mind and your mental health, so by essentially by doing good and doing right by your body and your mind, you can strengthen your spirit, because then you reduce the chances of anything bad actually happening to your health. So then you won't fall ill that easily, you won't fall victim to body shaming or racism, and you, at least what I'm trying to say is, you are going to be a lot stronger mentally and more prepared to handle the world. And so through this, you can make your spirit so strong, you can literally forge it in fire and make it so strong that nothing can bring you down. So release that fear, and you will essentially be unstoppable, you will be able to reach your highest goal. So by doing by moving away from the dragonfly energy, and by having that sense of self-preservation, by leaning into our communities for support, and also by being good to ourselves, by developing a nurturing relationship with ourselves, and by clambering out of that well of fear, we can create a sustainable practice which will help us in our journey towards health, and which will improve our relationship towards health and healing, and which will protect us mind, body, spirit, and soul. So yeah, be the spider, channel the spider. Okay, Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and also for watching. I will put down the questions in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, this spread, like I said, also has been on my mind for a really long time, and I just wanted to come and share this with you. If you do try this spread yourself, please feel free to tell me what your results have been, what you think of the spread. And if you have any thoughts or opinions about the cards that I pulled, which are different from what I expressed, please feel free to share your feelings here as well. I would definitely love to know. All right, so yeah, thank you so much for listening. I'm Nishagni, and this is Nishagni Tarot. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of the week. Bye.